Oh, hi! It's your old buddy Zoo.
2 weeks ago, my wife got sick. Last week, my kids got sick. So you know what that means?
I am sick as a dog.
That's all right, because I got that Vicks Dayquil. It's got alcohol in it. I had a couple of those. A little bit over ice on the rocks glass. It's pretty good. I got my little lemon chamomile tea. It's real hot. I can't taste any of it. Anyway, we're going to try to review the games of the month for October because Zoo doesn't quit. I'm all about the grind. I'm not allowed to take any breaks. Stubbs says I'm not allowed to take any breaks. Everyone else is allowed to take breaks, but not Zoo, because Zoo is strong for plow, so I gotta do all the game of my stuff, even when I'm sick. It's fine. It's fine! Shut up, Gary! Anyway, we're starting this month with a Zelda game, Link to the Past. Now, Link to the Past is a quintessential SNES game. It's actually a classic SNES game in that I'm pretty sure it was on the SNES Classic, right? Right? One of like 21 games? It's dynamite, and I'm actually kind of surprised it hasn't won before just because it's so universally loved. You play Link, and you walk around and bebop and scat through Hyrule, and then through the Dark Realm with your magic mirror. That's the Link to the Past. Huh? You like that? And you get better upgrades for your sword, you get a better shield, you get hookshot, boomerang, you know how it works. It's a classic, quintessential top-down Zelda game, and it's dynamite. Okay, phone. At the end, you got to beat up Ganon or Ganondorf. I forget whatever the hell they call him this one. I don't know. I'm tripping on Tussin and Juice. But you fight Ganon and you win and you save Zelda. Now the theme of this month, I didn't get to that, is the occult. And this is vaguely occult related because based on the scenery and some of the Japanese artwork, Link is apparently a diehard Roman Catholic. If you don't believe me, in the actual game, when you're supposed to wish to open up the desert tunnel, there's an animation where Link kneels down and genuflects, which I always thought was funny. But the occult aspect is there's an evil witch, warlock, whatever Ganondorf is. Sometimes he's a pig, and he's using evil powers to do occult rituals on all the seven sages to unlock the dark realm. But you won't let him because you're Link and you always win. I give this one, honestly, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10, but just to be a little edgy, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. As a modern replay, there are a couple parts where it's like, where the hell do I go? Like when I was a kid, I played it and I didn't have a lot of trouble. Maybe I had a Nintendo Power help me out. I forget. Like people tell you, hey, you need a badge that'll cause earthquakes. But when I played as an adult, I just run past some guy in the street. Like I'm not going to talk to some guy who's his entire day just stands on a street corner. Get a job, hippie. So I maybe I missed the clue that I had to go get a badge, and then I had to backtrack. And there's a couple instances of that. It's not, a real knock. It's just kind of a manufacturing a knock to keep it from being a 10 out of 10. But it has shown slight age, but otherwise it's still a quintessential SNES ARPG. Speaking of RPGs, our next game is Koudelka. It's a PSP game, and it is an RPG, and you play a I gotta work on my words here. She calls herself something in the game you're not allowed to say anymore. So let's say she's Aroma, and there's a guy who's a fisticuffs, and he also has a revolver. Pew, pew. And then there's a priest. Actually, I think he's a bishop, and they all have twisted little tails as they wander through this abandoned castle monastery type situation in Wales. That's right, a game that takes place in lovely Wales, and it's always dark and gross. I actually had to turn the brightness up on my game just because it was so dark. It might be a me problem. That might be a Swan Station problem. I don't know. But I like this game. The only thing holding me back was the combat system because you had to move your guys around on this grid, but there didn't seem to be any point. Like there weren't any benefits to superior movement other than now you're close enough to hit. So you end up making one of your guys a primary attack spellcaster, and then you have one guy as a healer, and then you have the what's his name, James. He just goes up and just punches the crap out of everyone, and your weapons break, and they always break in the most inopportune times. I hate that, and I don't know. I liked it. It had a pretty good story. It just kind of it was much more dated, especially compared to a game like Link to the Past. It was much more dated. I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. Our last game is Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2, and everyone in the chat really loved it, but I didn't. I didn't really like it. I cut my finger real bad. I dropped a butter dish of all things, and it hit a plate and exploded, and a piece of it gashed into my finger. I got sick right after that, so maybe I got cursed by this butter dish. Anyway, speaking of curses and speaking of spooky ghosts, this game is you're walking around some Japanese villa and you have a magic camera and you're taking pictures of ghosts and you're slowly unraveling the tale of this girl that gets tied up and ritually sacrificed to appease the demon that lives in the basement. Ooh. And then at one point, like, it's your mom, but maybe not. But then your brother's there. You play like a prequel part of the game, a tutorial intro with your brother, but then he goes away, but maybe he comes back at the end. I don't know, spoilers. But I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. To me, it felt like Myst with Pokemon Snap. Like you're walking around, oh, QuickTime event, take a picture of the bad guy. And some of the QuickTime events, like I use save states, there's no shame in my game. But I can imagine you're playing it on like an original PS2 and you have 1/10 of a second to turn 90 degrees to the left and take a picture of some little boy running through kimonos. I would have thrown my controller across the room. I personally didn't think it aged that well. I thought it was kind of boring. It took me about 6.5 hours to beat, and honestly, it felt like I was playing it for 20 hours. I'm going to get people yelling in the comments like, Zoo, you idiot, you don't appreciate it. It had good sound design. And if you did have headphones on, you know, it was kind of creepy. A little Japanese girl yelling behind you, my eyes, my eyes. And then maybe that's some people's jam, but not for me. I didn't care for it too much, but I did play with headphones on to kind of experience the whole audio spectrum. I don't know. I didn't like it. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I guess the sequels are better. And it's okay. It's just a one-trick pony. And the trick is, it's a ghost. And you slowly back up. And then the ghost is in your frame. And now there's an orange circle. Click. I got him. And I caused damage. Oh, what do you think of this? Stubbs bought me this weird clock that tracks all of our YouTube subs. Look, we have 67,000. Are you watching? Do you want to be a freeloader your whole life? Why don't you subscribe? Make that number go up. Huh? Wouldn't that be neat? Anyway, I feel real sick. I think I might go throw up or pass out or both. That'll be a fun surprise for my wife in the morning. Who knows? Maybe if I mix enough Dayquil and Robitussin, I'll join later live and just start giving my Halloween movie rankings. Spoiler alert, Halloween 1 is the best one. And it's not even close. All right, take care of each other. Take care of your handhelds. Take care of your sinuses because they're apt to get infected this time of year. And we'll see you later. So long. Gary, why do I have to do this?